data structures using C. During this lesson or lecture, we will go through some of the practical uses of stack by going through 3 exercises. So using the stack, we will find the factorial of a given number. We're already familiar with what factorial is. We have already done that when we learned C, finding out a factorial number using by multiplying I factorial by 1, 2, 3, 4, and also recursive function. We have written a recursive function to find the factorial of a given number. Similarly, using a stack, we will find first n Fibonacci numbers. Maybe n could be value 10 or 20 or whatever it is. So numbers. And then also using a stack, check whether the brackets in a mathematical expression are properly placed, properly aligned. So that is what we are going to do. First, let us take the first example, that is to find the factorial of a given number. Suppose I say factorial 5, that means 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. How are we going to do? What we do is first we push 1 onto the stack. Then as long as the value of I is less than equal to n, what we do is we pop that number, multiply with the next number 2 and push it back to the into the stack. So we will continue this process till the value of I becomes n. Then you pop the value and automatically that will be the factorial of that given number. Here your demo is there. Let us see. There I will take this demo. Push 1. So I am pushing 1. Then I push, that is pop. I take 1 into 1. Again it will go into, then push it. So 1 is there. Again I pop this 1. Multiply by 2, I value has become 2 and push it onto the stack. So it becomes 2 factorial. Then I pop again, 2 is popped, multiply by 3, 6, I push it back onto the stack 6. So this is the factorial of 3. So, now factorial of 4 is I have popped this number 6, multiply by 4. So 6 into 4, 24, and that is pushed onto the stack. Similarly, factorial of 5, I pop this 24, multiply by 5 and push it into the stack. So we have found now it is the factorial of 5. So since I want to find the factorial of 5, what I do is I pop this number and that is going to give me the factorial of number 5. So beautifully done, simple algorithm. You write all the functions. You have to write push, pop and this main program. I'll show you the main program, but don't just copy it. Got this function push, pop. You have to write them after the main. Please remember here we declare factorial as double, because as you know factorial of 5 then 10 is going to be a large number. If you declare it as integer, there is going to be overflow. You are going to get a negative number. To avoid that, we declare factorial as double, and as you see the same algorithm is here for I is equal to 1 to n I plus plus. This is, and then you. So here I have given you examples. So enter a number 5. So factorial of 5 is 120. That's factorial of 10 is a large number. As you see, factorial of 15 is going to be a very large number. Therefore, that's why we have declared factorial as a double. So let us get into the second exercise to find n Fibonacci numbers. Fibonacci numbers are very important, and so they are starts with 0, 1, 1, 2, etc. It goes on. Now the third Fibonacci number is got by adding the first 2 Fibonacci numbers. So this is what we are going to do. First we are going to push 0 onto the stack, then we push 1 onto the stack. Then as long as I value is less than equal to n, so what we do, we pop this number 0 and 1, add those f1 and f2, you get the third Fibonacci number, you push f1, f2, f3. So you can go on doing that again and again, and at the end you display the content of the stack. This time the content of the stack starting from the bottom to the top. So then you will get to all the factorials. So here's the demo. So first I push 0, then push 1, pushing 1, then I pop 1, pop 0 and pop, these two are popped, then I add f1 and f2, this is so I get F3. Now what do we do? Now we push F1, push F2, push F3. This is what we are doing. Then again you pop. So that goes into 1. 1 is popped. F2 also 1, and F3 becomes F1 plus F2. It becomes 2. So then you are pushing that again. Push F1, push F2, push F3. Again you have to pop into F1, into F2, into F3. So then you add again F3, then F3 will give you F3 is equal to F1 plus F2. Continue this process till the value of n reaches, I value reaches n. So this way we are going to find the Fibonacci, n Fibonacci numbers. Here you have got the program, as you see. So we pop into F2, we pop into F1, add F1 and F2, push F1, F2, F3, continue them till the value of I less than equal to n. Then you display the Fibonacci numbers. Again you have to write push and pop, and this is the new data type stack S, which contains Fibo, the size and the top. So here you have got 10 Fibonacci numbers, 3, 6, 9, 10. So 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, etc. generated using a stack. With that we come to the last program to check. For example, here you have got an expression here with brackets. So we want to check whether these brackets are evenly placed, properly placed. For example, here 1, 2, this is okay. Then 1, 2, okay. Then this is okay. Then 1, 2. So this is a properly indented brackets. So we have to find out, therefore, using a stack, we shall analyze the given set of brackets, whether they are properly placed or their improper alignment of brackets is there. So how do we do? So what do? We do is, whenever we come across the left parenthesis, we push it onto the stack. So if the bracket is equal to left parenthesis, push it onto the stack. For example, this will go onto the stack, this will go onto the stack. The moment you get a right parenthesis, you pop it and check whether so you, for example, write whether it is a left parenthesis. That is very important. If it is not so, we say it is improper bracket is there. Or if everything goes on well, but if there is one bracket left or two brackets left on the stack, or if the stack is not empty, that indicates that brackets are not properly aligned. So this is how you find out whether a set of brackets are properly aligned. So here we have got the whole program, as I've said. So you declare a stack type for brackets BR, and push pop you have to write, and here we input gets a string str, the bracket, and here, as long as I have not reached the end of the string, I get that character from each character, check whether it is left parenthesis, push it if it is left, if it is right, I pop it, and then of course if it is bracket is not left parenthesis, then it is improper bracket, return. Or otherwise at the end there may be some bracket left on the stack, it shows that they are not properly aligned. Therefore you give the message expression is either correct with correct number of brackets, or it is improper. For example, here we have entered this program here. So as you see, 1, 2, 3. So here 1, 2. So there is one mistake here. There is no bracket which closes this. Therefore, expression without proper brackets. Whereas here, this is all are properly aligned. Therefore, you get the correct number of expressions with correct number of brackets. So thank you.